Hello, hello, hello. Ray Higdon back with you. Welcome. Welcome to Scopeland. As you can tell, I'm back in the car, headed on another journey. We officially have 2 days, or less than 2 days. We have less than 2 days. All right, I'm at a stop, so I can say hello. What's up, Detroit? What's up? Atlanta in the house. Some of you are coming to Tampa. Very nice, very nice. Michigan, London, Michigan, Idaho. Nice. Awesome. So as you guys know, if you're joining us for the very first time, we do these Tesla talks from my car while I'm driving around. And when I am driving, my eyes are on the road. They're not on the screen. Just for my safety peeps out there, safety first kids. And basically, if you can talk and drive, you can do these things. And if you can't, then you might not want to drive. But today I wanted to talk about dealing with doubters. Dealing with doubters. And, you know, you may take that as a simple topic, but it's actually quite complex. It really is. Because there's multiple dimensions of doubters. And I want to kind of give you a few different stages of doubters and how it all kind of works, all right? So if I look back, and I'm speaking from experience, because there's never been a time in my life where I didn't have doubters, including now, but it's just in a different dimension, okay? Now, I don't have the same style of doubter that I used to have, that I had most of my life, okay? But I have a different style of doubter. Let me put the air on. It's a little warm today. Holy moly. All right. So, doubters, dealing with doubters. So, in the beginning, you're going to have doubters that will probably make you second guess yourself. Okay? So you'll have people. So when I just decided, well, let me take you all the way back. The little Grandmaster Flash right there. Let me take you all the way back. So in what year was this? In 1999, I was was it 99? No, it wasn't 99. In the year of our Lord, 19th, 100th, what year was this? I want to say 98. All right. So 1998. Yes, I know. Maybe some of you on here weren't even born yet. I know. I'm an old fogey, old man. But in 1998, I'd been out of high school for a few years, and I had worked my way up at a vitamin store, right? So it was a GNC. And I'll tell you, when I interviewed for that job, they didn't think I was they interviewed me and they thought, we're just not sure if you're going to be good at sales, so let's just hire you part-time and see how the first couple weeks go. Now, I'm serious. That was actually what was said to me in the interview. So I feel real great at that point, right? I feel fantastic, right? So they're like, I don't know if you're really cut out for sales. So, because I was nervous. I was really, really nervous. I mean, I was nervous for more of my life than I've not been, just so you know. And so I was nervous in the interview. And, you know, I went into it and they said, I don't know if you're going to be any good at sales, so let's just hire you part-time, see how the first couple weeks goes. And, you know, I'm the type of guy that I really love challenges, so I love people doubting me. It's a weird fixation I have. Haterade is my Gatorade. You know, I just, you know, I don't know, man. I just dig doubt. It's weird. It's actually a problem, because you got to learn to get past that. But more on that later. That's a bigger mindset kind of thing. So they doubted me. Well, 2 weeks in, they're like, holy cow, Ray, you're like breaking records as a part-timer. Let's bring you on full-time. And I'm like, okay, cool. So they bring me on full-time. A month later, I was assistant manager. 2 months later, I was a store manager of a different store than when I started, right? And because I love challenges, I love all that stuff. But I had that initial doubt, right? I had those initial doubters that doubted whether I could, make it or whatever else. And so I worked there for a few years, working my way up to store manager. I became I think I was the second highest grossing store. They gave me a crappy store, and I was like the second highest grossing store in our region. I got wrote up nationally. They came and interviewed us. They put us in the the newsletter, all that jazz, right? And I decided that I'm only going to go so far with this. And quite frankly, I was bored. I always need a challenge. And so I decided, you know what? I'm going to go into computers. Now, at that point, I had a 1-year-old, right? This was 1999. Now we're at 1999. So I had a 1-year-old. I was married. And, we certainly didn't live the greatest, but we at least made ends meet. I decided to go into computers. And the reason I did was a friend of mine, I had never worked computers at all. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. And he said to me, and he worked in computers, and he said to me, he goes, holy cow, dude, you could never do what I do. Now, what did I just tell you that I love? I love doubters, right? So subconsciously, this was not a conscious decision. I decided, I'm going to go into computers. I'll show him. And so I went into computers. I took a $20,000 a year pay cut to go into computers. Everyone told me I was crazy. My boss said, you're nuts. Ray, you're a salesman. You're good at sales. See, same person that doubted me 2 years before, they're like, Ray, you're a salesman. You're great at it. You're amazing. Why would you ever leave? See, the same person that doubted me now thinks I'm awesome. And maybe that's part of my wiring, because back then I didn't understand my wiring. I was ran by doubt and challenges, so I would move forward. So I went to the Sony Corporation making $9 an hour, and I was, graveyard shift. It sucked, technical support, but I was determined. I was determined because my buddy challenged me, and he didn't even say, hey, I bet you can't go get a job in computers, right? No, he didn't say that. And I didn't consciously say, I am going to get a job because he challenged me. My wiring just fired. See, I understand my wiring. Most people don't. Most people are operating on autopilot, nonstop, okay? Nonstop. Yeah, some people think I'm crazy. Absolutely. So I go to this job, and I work there for 5 months. I go to another job, I go to another job, I go to another job. I work my way up the whole time. And pretty soon, I'm making $80,000 a year, about double what I was making in sales. Okay, now I'm making double, and this was like 2004. So it took me about 4 years to double my income in corporate America, making $80,000 a year. Right, work my way up. Now here's a guy that I didn't even like computers, but because of that challenge, I decided to take it up, and I was going to show him. So I worked my way up computers, and $80,000 a year, still didn't have a college degree, and I just outworked everybody. I showed up earlier, I showed up later, outworked everybody. Well, it was then that I started having different epiphanies. And one of the epiphanies was that I didn't really want to continue in corporate America, because I looked at my boss, I looked at his boss, I looked at her boss, and I'm like, I don't want that. I don't want their stressed out lifestyle. I don't want to, and yeah, they made more than me, but they weren't freer than me. They didn't have more freedom than me. They had less freedom. They didn't have less stress than me. They had more stress than me. I'm like, I don't want to do that. And at the time, I had a bunch of my buddies from high school, okay? A bunch of my buddies from high school that were making money in real estate. You know, here in the state of Florida, back in 2005, if you had a pulse and you could fog a mirror, you could make a lot of money in real estate, okay? It wasn't that you were brilliant, and I'm proof of that. It wasn't that you were brilliant, it's just that you were in a brilliant market where everyone was buying irrationally. You know, it didn't matter what you did. You had a couple houses, right? It's just the way it was. Everyone was buying. People were, you know, buying houses, marking them up $50,000, and the next day someone's bidding on it, right? It's crazy. And so I'm like, well, crap, if they can do it, I can do it. So I started reading books. I read my first book on real estate in April of 2004. I left that $80,000 a year salary April 2005. Now, what do you think happened? Doubters. They came out of the woodworks, and they came in all shapes and sizes. They said things like, dude, you have a great salary. What are you doing? I'm like, yeah, but I'm miserable. They're like, dude, everyone's miserable. What makes you so special? I'm serious. I got that. People said that to me. I mean, my mom, she was like, Ray, you have benefits? You're going to go and start your own business with no benefits? That's crazy. Everyone. There was no one that said, you can do it, Ray. Nobody. No one said that. All doubters. In fact, I started going to college because I figured I was at a job that required a college degree, so maybe I should get a degree. I never did, and that's not a slam against college. I think people should go to college. It teaches them how to work with other human beings, which is the most important thing. And so I started going to college, and I had met a professor that really liked he liked me. We hit it off. We were friends, and sometimes he would have me teach things in class, whatever, right? And when I told him, I said, hey, I'm going into real estate. What was his first response? Was it, oh man, Ray, you know what? You do great at everything, man. You'll do great at this too. Of course not. It was sheer, unadulterated doubt. You know what he said to me? With no qualms, no quarter. He said, you'll be back. And I'm like, what do you mean? He goes, you'll be back. You're too good at what you do. You'll be back. And I'm like, I don't think so. I don't normally go back. He's like, you'll be back. No question. No question in his mind. Now, think about that. This is a doctor, okay? It was a doctor. He's a professor. He's an authority figure in my life. You'll be back. Okay? That's what he said. And so I go into real estate. I leave $80,000 a year job, full benefits. Now I got 2 kids at home, right? I'm taking care of. And making 100% commission, okay? 100% commission. So meaning I don't mean that I got paid 100% commission. I mean I lived solely on commission. I didn't have a salary. I didn't have an hourly. I had no safety net, and I hadn't saved up a bunch of money. Now, that's probably not wise for most people. Okay, for most people, that's not a good idea. So let me just preface my story by saying I'm a little nuts. And in fact, I saw someone on here say I'm effing crazy. Rock on, brother. So I'm a little nuts. I don't suggest that you go quit your job because you got a wild hair up your butt, or you think you can make it, or you got a dream, right? For most people, it's too much stress. It really is. Too much stress. And especially at that level of income. If you're at $20,000 a year income, you know what? It's actually easier to quit. If you're at $80,000 a year income and you're used to that salary rolling in each week, that's crazy. It literally is crazy. It's nuts. But I did it. And I created a lot of success in real estate until the market went down. And I got my ass handed to me. I got butchered. My own fault. I don't blame the market. I don't cry because of, some outside entity. I rolled the dice and I crapped out. Okay? That's the way it is. I'm very grateful for that experience. So, I had a fork in the road. Do I go back to my job? Do I go crawling back and say, man, you guys were right? Or do I forge ahead? Well, that didn't happen overnight. For about a year, I was down in the dumps, tearing my beer, maxed out all my credit cards, was paying all my bills late, stopped paying my mortgage because I couldn't afford it, and life really sucked. I don't wish that on anybody, okay? After that year, now people didn't know this. Most people, 99% of people that knew me back then, didn't know that I was going through foreclosure, didn't know that I was dead broke, didn't know that I'd lost it all. Because I didn't go around faking the funk, I just didn't go around crying. I didn't go around crying on people's shoulders because I don't think that it would have helped, okay? And, so at that point, I didn't know what I was going to do. A friend of mine invited me to a home meeting, network marketing, and I had been in network marketing before, and honestly, I had sworn off it because I didn't like the control of the company. Of the different companies I'd been in. I didn't like how uplines treated their downlines typically, and I just didn't want to do it. But I went to this meeting. For some reason, it was the right day for me, and I looked at it and I said, "What the hell? I got nothing else to do. I literally have nothing else. I have no other prospect. I have no other thing. I'm not going back to a job because at this point I'm unemployable. I just can't take orders from people. It's just not me. Nothing against it. If you love your job, awesome sauce, congrats. Not me. Okay, not for me." And so I start telling people I'm going to go hard in network marketing. What do you think happened? What do you think happened? Everybody. "Oh, you're nuts. Those things don't work. Those things are a scam. Those things are a pyramid. Those things, only the people at the top make the most money," right? All the brokest, dumbest ass people that around me, right, that I knew, they all talk shit about network marketing. And hopefully we got only, adults on here, so I can use a little bit of wordage here. But all the brokest people I know talk the most crap, right? And that's always the case, by the way. Always. The people that are the most broke people they have the most opinions. And it's one of the reasons they're broke, okay? In fact, some of the people on here, if you're commenting negatively and, saying all kinds of negative stuff, I don't have to see your bank account. I know how much you have. I know how much you have. I know how much money, roughly, I can't get it to the dime, but I know roughly how much someone has by the language that they use. Now, that doesn't mean I won't help people that are dead broke because I used to be there. Doesn't mean that I judge people for being there. I just know. The people with the most negative opinion have the least amount of money. Very easy to spot out. So everyone doubted me again. Everyone said this will never work out. Everyone said, "Dude, I can't believe you sunk to this level. How long will this thing last?" I mean, seriously, I got all kinds of nasty, nasty stuff. And so 5 months in, I'm at $10,000 a month. 7 months in, I'm at $40,000 a month. 10 months in, I'm at $50,000 a month. And earn over $1 million in commissions in that company. Become the #1 income earner, 85% of the company. Build a coaching and training business from there. And, I won't go into the details from there. But let's just say we do better than we used to. And life is pretty good. We now have the option of full freedom. If we want to go take a trip, we take a trip. Last year I took, my wife, my family to Ireland, London, Maui, Jamaica, cruise to Alaska, South Dakota to see Mount Rushmore, San Diego, all over, right? All over. And now life is a little different. But guess what? There are still doubters. So now what you've heard up till now is your standard form of doubters. And I'm going to take the next maybe 4 or 5 minutes to share with you the second set of doubters, okay? So the first set of doubters, very straightforward, okay, very straightforward. They simply doubt you. They doubt, if you're ever going to make it. They doubt your goals. They doubt your dreams. They doubt your vision. Pretty straightforward. Most people deal with that stage of doubters, and they may never make it to the second stage of doubters. Well, if you go out there and do the things that you say that you're going to do, if you go out there and you produce and you create and you impact and you make value, all right, if you do those things, you're going to get a second set of doubters. This set of doubters they're nastier in a different way. Now, the initial set of doubters, they're usually broke. They're usually, some of them may not be mean-intentioned, okay? Some of them may actually be well-intentioned. Some of them are your closest people to you. The second set of doubters can also be the closest people to you. they get ready for this, because this is training you've never received. I'm just letting you know. You have never received this training. The second set of doubters will doubt your intentions. They'll doubt your intentions. As soon as you become successful, that once hungry individual that some people admired, those same people that admire you will now start to doubt your intentions. And they'll say things like, they're all about the money. They'll stop looking at testimonials. They'll stop looking at impact. They'll stop looking at, who you've made a difference in whose life. They'll stop looking at that. And they'll start to doubt your intentions, because it helps them justify their level of playing. So when you hit that $1 million year, when you hit that, multiple millions in sales, the second set of doubters, they come out to play. And they say, yeah, he's all about the money now. Yeah, but he doesn't really help people. Yeah, he's all about himself, right? That's the second set of doubters that will attack you. And unfortunately, it's going to be some close people. It's going to be some people that maybe you've even mentored. There have been people, and I hate to say it. And I've had this discussion with a lot of top earners behind the scenes, but there's a lot. Most mentors I know have had a student turn on them because it challenged their way of being. It challenged their way of playing. When you play bigger, when you really go for the gold, when you really swing the bat, that second set of doubters are going to come out at you. They really are. They're going to come out at you. And they're going to really question you. They're going to say, it's all about the money. Yeah, but he used to really help people. Okay? You're going to get that level of doubt. And to be honest, and I'm going to end it on this, to be honest, I hope you reach that stage. I hope you reach that stage. I hope you get past that first set of doubters. That first set of doubters, if you don't have them, you're not dreaming big enough. If you don't have that first set of doubters, you're simply not sharing your goals with people around you. You're playing it way too safe. If you don't have any doubters in your life, you're playing it way too safe. Now, that's just been from my experience. Maybe you're on here and you're just encircled with millionaire mentors, all people that support and love you and think that you're amazing. Congratulations. I never had that stuff. I never had that stuff until I could afford that stuff. I didn't have mentors all around me. I had doubters all around me. And that's what got me here. Without those doubters, I do not think I would have played as big. So I hope that you have lots of doubters in your life, and I hope you reach the stage to find and locate those second stage of doubters, because that's where it gets juicy. That's where you have more freedom in your life than you've ever imagined. And that's where life really begins to get fun. You'll never get rid of the doubters. Stop trying to. Love you guys so much. I hope you got some value out of this. Drop me some hearts. Feel free to share if you'd like. And we'll talk to you in the next live stream. Bye for now.